Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to your weekly energy update. And this week on January 28th, we have Saturn is actually going direct. It was in its retrograde for a while. It was in its post shadow, and now it is fully direct this week toward the end of this week. The overall energy for the week, though, is kind of quiet and easygoing. It's a time to really get caught up on any kind of backlogs or anything that we fell behind in because we were doing so much reflection in our lives. So it's going to be kind of just a cozy, gentle movement towards action that's going on. And as far as like work week and work, it will be a positive week where it's really beneficial towards teamwork, towards negotiations, brainstorming, things like that. Saturn energy, they're the wise old grandpa kind of energy where they do the work. They just really get into reflecting on and challenging our old ways of thinking, helping us kind of transform the way we approach things, expectations, and all our supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos around different areas of our life. We're challenged to work at those and question those and transform them into something that's more fitting for the energy now. Stuff we did before was good for then. It helped us, but now they are outdated. It's time to move into something more in alignment with what we're going through right now. What's great, though, with Saturn is that we have a work that we do that they offer us. Say, if you work on this, they also give us a reward. So for this reading for this week, for each individual zodiac sign, we're just going to be asking, what was it the work that we were given to do, and now what is the coming reward? So as I said, we have a reading for each individual zodiac sign, and we're going to jump into yours right now. All right, Leo, this is your weekly energy update. We're going to start off pulling a card from the Seeker Oracle. And all the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box down below. So if any of these cards catch your eye and you want them for yourself, you know where you can pick those up. So the first card we're going to pull is about what Spirit wants you to know about. What were you working on during these retrograde, around the Saturn retrograde and the post-shadow, pre-shadow, during the retrograde itself, and what work that you were working on, what theme were you working on? And you have stand up and fight. Love the card, colors in that card there, and we're going to put that right here. And let's see what you were working on. We're open right up to it. It says, sometimes we experience moments when we see a situation as being unfair, when we feel dismissed, unheard, disrespected, or oppressed. It is essential that we all learn to recognize injustice and speak out against it. If this is the case in your present or in that past retrograde, then it's time for you to stand up and be more assertive. It's time to fight, to speak up, demand a just and equitable outcome. There are also times when we fight for the wrong reasons. We find ourselves triggered by an opinion or an action, reacting first and thinking second. We overreact and see personal attack or disrespect where none really existed. We all have triggers, and sometimes those triggers will be with us for our entire lives. But if we learn what our triggers are and are more mindful of how they make us behave, they can have less influence. Sometimes we have to make a conscious effort to dull our blades instead of sharpening them. Learn to recognize your triggers. What sort of treatment or language makes you feel afraid, angry, and reactive? There are also circumstances when the best way to fight is by doing nothing. Be careful not to waste your time and energy fighting a battle that will not bring the change you need or serves only to make an attacker feel more empowered. Instead, bide your time. Remember that you own your feelings, nor do you require anyone else's validation. Ooh, I like that. So I feel like the big thing here is understanding the triggers that you've had and how maybe you have leaped like a lion, reactionary, out of reaction, and understanding the triggers. And so during this time, you were able to see, okay, what was triggering me? What was making me fear something? Because when we go into fight or flight, we either attack or run. And so the attacking, the leaping came from out of fear. So this was a time of you really beginning to understand these fears behind your triggers. We're also going to pull from the wisdom of the oracle. And this is going to be what reward came to you or will be coming to you in the near future because of what you learned around these triggers. So for Leo, fiery Leo, what would you like them to know? All right, so here is the reward. And you have by the book, like BY, not BUY, card number 11. We'll put that right here. And let's see what reward comes in through this. So the energy of this is abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. The oracle's message for you is that the universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for the human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them, rather than being the rebel and flouting them. And when this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Yeah. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it'll be easier to go by the book at this time. Yeah, so understanding your triggers, the fears of, if they're right and I'm wrong, allowing people to have their own rules. I think 11, is that the Justice card? I believe it's the Justice card in the Major Arcana, but it is about the balancing of the scales, about seeing things from a higher perspective, from the capital T truths rooted in unconditional love, and then you care less about the small t truths that you were so quickly to defend, trying to prove that your small t truths are more true than their small t truths. Well, understanding those triggers allows you to allow people to have their own beliefs and their thoughts without feeling like you have to defend yours or convert them to your ways of thinking. And when they try to convert you to theirs, you do it with grace. You allow them to share their opinion, their viewpoints, and you don't try to defend yours or blow holes in their beliefs. You allow them to have their own beliefs, and you allow you to have your own because you're more focusing on higher truths, the true truths that do not need defending. They are rooted in unconditional love, whereas all those small t truths are rooted in fears of losing conditional love. So I love this, love this coming in here. And these cards do have a relationship, a prosperity, and a protection message, and I do want to read those. So for the relationship message, the reward that comes here, the reward is peace. You're able to have peace instead of conflict with others, which a peaceful life is a reward, right? But a relationship message is getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, their culture, and experience. Find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressures others to conform to the way you want them to do. Your connection will deepen as a result. Yeah, because there's no longer conflict. They see that you honor them and you don't try to convert them. And so there's defensive walls that don't go up, right? And then the prosperity message says, at this time, you can expect a return on your investment. Whatever you have pursued, be it a dream you've long cherished, a skill you've cultivated, or a service you're called to, all that will come to you if you're willing to go by the book. You don't need to reinvent the wheel to be successful. Follow in the footsteps of others who have already achieved the things you're striving for. You can learn a lot by observing the structures that are already working. Your creative projects and commitment to prosperity are in alignment with the needs of the world, but impatience may tempt you to cut corners to get there more quickly. Stick with what you know works, and you will attract abundance. I like that. And then the protection message for the card is, now is the time for a real change in consciousness as you are incited to revolt. Challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. And I want to say limiting your authentic progress. It's not enough to rebel in small ways. This is a call to revolution. I feel like this is a call to inner revolution. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside the box that the established order may reject it. Genius, invention, and transformation are rarely comfortable and less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. It may be time for you to say no to the way of your group, take a stand, and make real changes. It could be that your structure of your inner world is alerting you to the need for a complete overhaul. This is a time for transformation. So let go of the fear of change. Your intuition will lead you through the darkness. There's no turning back now. Trust that light will dawn. Epiphanies will surely lead to miracles. Yeah. So, yeah, this is definitely like that balancing. You're allowing people to be who they are. You're questioning your own small T truths as you connect higher to the capital T truths, which dismantles your triggers, allows you to have this beautiful cohesiveness with others. And then we're going to look at the Light Seers Tarot here. And let's see what else Spirit wants you to know about this week, Leo. So what else? All right, what else? Okay. And that one. Okay. So we'll put those here, and those here, and this one here, and we'll start with these since we saw these already, and we have the King of Wands. So look at, there you are, Leo, ruling over your fire, taking control of where you're investing your passion and your drive and your anger and the fire that bellows up within you, right? So you're definitely stepping into this power, knowing that wherever you focus your energy is where it expands and grows. And you are taking... You don't want to be this out of control forest fire that's just burning everyone down. You want to be a nice little fire pit that's drawing people to be warmed by it, and they're not afraid of it. And I feel like this is what is happening as you are allowing other people to be themselves, and you're not becoming defensive or offensive in that pursuit. Yeah, and you have the Eight of Pentacles. This does show that, you've been doing the work. The Eight of Pentacles is about the apprentice who's studying to become the master, the person who's studying to graduate, the person who's being an awesome assistant manager and they're becoming manager. It is movement in the outside world from where you were, and it can be in relationships or job, education, your body, your even movement of your outside world. But this does show because you're taking ownership of your energy and your triggers and you're having this movement, it does change things for you in a positive way in your outside world. Yeah, and you have the High Priestess. So definitely taking a step back, going into your High Priestess temple, looking behind the veil, connecting to the higher realms, diving deep into the emotions is where you discover what these triggers are and where they come from. So you're stepping away from being out so much in the outside world and making sure you're taking your alone time to discover this, because when you're involved in the conflicts, you don't see it. It's more the post-game, the post-battle review that you do, where you understand things and see it from a more clear perspective. Yeah, you're definitely ready to let the old ways of being go and begin this new adventure, this new journey. You're ready to see things from this different perspective, and it is the ending of old cycles and the new beginning. So no more this, huge battling of will and small t truths. You're ready to just really connect to the higher realms and start this new adventure with that as your focus. And the Eight of Wands. Yeah, so all that energy that was invested in defense and trying to offend and get people to change their minds, all this energy is returning back to you. So with all that effort we put in out of fear to try to make sure everyone else is believing the same way as we are, when we release all that effort, it's like when you have all this, your army split out among so many fronts trying to take over and convince other people. When you call them all back, you have this huge army, all this huge energy that returns back to you that you use for you and for your journey, rather than trying to convince everyone else about who they're supposed to be and should be doing and blah, 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 which is like pouring light into a black hole. You don't get a whole lot back. So this is going to be a whole energy returning back to you. And I love this for you, because you will use this to move forward in so many beautiful ways in your life. So you're becoming a very mature lion in that you're not attacking, you're leading with your example, you're leading with your love, you're leading with your peace, and capital T truths rooted in unconditional love. So I like this. I can't wait to see what you do with all this energy here, Leo. But that is what Spirit has for you this week. And if you're looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out pick-a-card readings, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of readings throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of these and get updated immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. And if you go in there, there is an option to select for all. And if you do that, two things happen. One, of course, you're notified immediately when I post new videos. But two, you're also notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. In addition to that as well, you help spread the Zen love, and you do help the channel grow in significant ways, because when you like or share one of the videos, if you comment on one of my videos, if you subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, crazy happy. It wants to automatically share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that stuff I mentioned, please know I'm very, very grateful. And these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is located in the description box of the video down below. All right, beautiful people, as you go throughout this next week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.